Have you been considering a move to Westridge of McKinney, particularly the Heights at Westridge of McKinney? Well, if you have, sit tight. I'm going to give you the details about this community right now. How's it going? I am Billy Cowell, real estate agent in North Texas. I'm wandering around going over all the subdivisions of McKinney right now, and I'm in Westridge. Westridge is comprised of about 10 or 11 neighborhoods, depending on how you separate it up. And I am in the Heights. Now, I believe it or not, when we first moved to Texas, we rented a house before we bought a house, and I encourage people to do that. There's a lot of interesting opportunities. Reach out to me, I can shoot you some ideas. But we rented a house, and our house was literally right across the street at another community called the Eagle's Nest of Westridge. Westridge, I believe, is the third largest development in McKinney, third to Stonebridge and Craig's Ranch. And there's a lot of diversity. Each individual neighborhood is very similar, and you'll see as I do a hyperlapse of the Heights that most of it is very similar. And I think the Heights has 2 HOA pools, which is really cool. Each one has its own HOA. I'll go over that in depth in the blog post and in the video to follow. But right now I want you to follow along with me as I hit the hyperlapse button. I'm going to drive around this community and give you a little glimpse of what the architecture is like, what the homes are like, and what the general feel of the neighborhood is like. Now, what is cool about this community is that this is the playground. Right? They didn't put too much effort into it, but they got to put something in, right? Because over there, and you can see it with the sun, I'll walk over there, is the real playground, because there is an HOA pool playground here, which probably no one uses, maybe just for the little kids. And then there's a real playground that's done by the city of McKinney. It just happens to be right in the middle of the community. So here's a pool. You got the chairs out. They're ready to rock and roll. The pool's actually bluer than most pools right now. So it's March. I'm standing out in front of the HOA of the Heights. I can just kind of peer over the fence, and you can see a little bit there. I'll put a little bit more in the video. This one's cool because it has a kiddie pool, like a little 6-inch pool for babies. That's really a prominent thing that most of the homeowner association pools have. So if you live here at the Heights, generally, I mean, if you can see, there's tons of common areas, right? All the hedging and all the fences around the community is all taken care of as part of your HOA fee, and then this pool essentially is taken care of it. And then you have someone who actually drives around a couple times a month and make sure you cut your grass and keep your house up to spec, so on and so forth. I've definitely in my community gotten the letter saying, hey, you need to mow your grass. So you know, there's a little bit of information about the Heights. I'm gonna go show you the big playground in the center. So I'm in the Heights of Westridge. Sorry, you can see my face right now. There we go. I'm in the Heights of Westridge right now, and I showed you that rinky-dinky little playground. So I don't even know why they built that. Probably just so they can say that they have a playground here. Because I'm going to show you right now as we wander up to this massive structure. Let me turn the camera around here. This is the city of McKinney playground that happens to be in the middle of the Heights community. So you could have a party here. There's a pavilion. One of my kids, maybe number 4 birthday, we did it in one of these pavilions. We just set it all up. We had a piñata, everything went really well. Some basketball courts over there. I mean, we've had some rain lately, so it's super green and beautiful right now. Perfect time to do these videos. Here's the playground. Big kids, little kids, people all about. This is what you get right in the middle of the Heights. Right in the middle of the Heights. So I've reviewed Eagle's Nest and I have reviewed Martha's Vineyard. Now I'm in the Heights of Westridge. Westridge has about 8 or 9 different communities, and I'll do all of them. I plan to do all of the subdivisions in McKinney first. I'll do that during the apocalypse of 2020. Got a lot of free time so I can pound out a couple videos. And then I'll move on to Frisco. But this here is the Heights. What's different about the Heights, different than Eagle's Nest or Martha's Vineyard, is that the Heights is real houses. And if you can look over my shoulder and you see those houses in the background, and they're real houses, 2,500 to 6,000 square feet, $300,000 to $500,000. These are houses that people buy, live in, and they don't buy them as investment properties, except for maybe I encourage you to discuss with your real estate agent or an investor or something like that, and this is something that I do, how you can make your first home one of the best investments of your life. So that's what a lot of people do here, as opposed to those other communities that I mentioned. Oftentimes those are bought up by investors and use them as rental homes. These are a little bit different. It's a lot nicer. So if you want some more information about the Heights of Westridge, I'd love to share it with you. I'd encourage you to click through the blog, check out that info, and I'll talk to you soon.